Most people fear evil, but history shows stupid, overconfident people have destroyed far more lives than villains ever have. The real danger isn't malice, it's incompetence wrapped in certainty. In this video, you'll uncover the ancient Greek warning that predicted the modern world's collapse into ignorance, why certainty is the true mark of dangerous people, and how Robert Greene's insights reveal a hidden force silently poisoning nations, relationships, and entire civilizations. And here's the twist: stupidity has nothing to do with intelligence, only with humility. Before we go deeper, consider this. When was the last time someone's absolute certainty triggered chaos around you? Now ask yourself, have you ever done the same without realizing it? The forgotten Greek warning. For thousands of years, ancient Greek thinkers believed something uncomfortable: stupid people are more dangerous than evil people. Their reasoning was simple. Evil is predictable, it follows an agenda. But stupidity? It strikes blindly, without intention or strategy, yet causes far greater destruction. This idea echoes through every era, from failed empires to modern institutions collapsing from within. When someone acts with confidence but without understanding, the damage multiplies. Unpredictable ignorance destroys quietly. The takeaway is straightforward: whenever you see confidence without depth, treat it as a warning, not a personality trait. Certainty, the core of human stupidity. Why do intelligent people still act stupidly? It begins the moment someone becomes certain they already understand how the world works. Certainty feels powerful, but it collapses your field of vision. You stop questioning. You stop noticing. You stop thinking. Robert Greene often warns that certainty is a form of psychological death, because it blinds you to complexity while inflating your confidence. A closed mind is a dangerous mind. To avoid this trap, make curiosity your default stance. When you feel yourself clinging to an answer, pause, ask one more question. Doubt is strength. Certainty is the trap. The narrowed mind problem. Imagine someone staring through a cardboard tube, insisting they're seeing the whole world. That's what certainty does to the mind. It narrows your field of vision until you're blind to everything outside your chosen belief. Psychologically, this tunnel vision becomes self-reinforcing. The more certain you feel, the less you notice, and the less you notice, the more certain you feel. Stupidity thrives in this closed loop. Tunnel vision creates silent disasters. Your antidote is simple. Whenever you feel sure of something, widen the frame. Ask yourself what you might be missing. Expanded perspective kills ignorance before it grows. The dangerous leader archetype. History shows a disturbing pattern. Leaders who lack intelligence cause harm, but leaders who lack intelligence and possess absolute certainty cause collapse. They act without strategy yet believe they're executing destiny. Robert Greene repeatedly warns that power amplifies incompetence. The confident fool becomes the most destructive figure in any society because no one can stop him once he believes he's right. Confidence without competence is lethal. If you ever follow someone, judge them not by their certainty, but by their humility. A wise leader hesitates. A dangerous one never pauses. Choose the one who questions himself. The Peloponnesian example. Athens didn't fall because its enemies were stronger. It fell because its leaders convinced themselves victory was guaranteed. They pursued the Sicilian expedition with absolute confidence yet almost no strategic understanding. Their certainty blinded them to risks, consequences, and reality itself. Thucydides documented how this arrogance marked the end of Athens' golden age. It wasn't malice, it was stupidity wearing the mask of brilliance. Overconfidence collapses empires. The lesson is timeless. Before making any major decision, map out what you don't know. Great thinkers plan for uncertainty. Fools assume they're unstoppable. The modern explosion of stupidity. Robert Greene often notes that stupidity is not a modern invention. There's simply more of it now because there are more people. Human nature hasn't changed, but population size has multiplied the number of confident, uninformed voices. As a result, stupidity scales. It spreads faster, influences more, and reaches farther than ever. A single uninformed person can now affect millions. Quantity becomes danger. Your defense is awareness. Understand that stupidity is no longer isolated. Treat every idea you absorb with scrutiny. Verify, question, and filter ruthlessly. In a crowded world, discernment becomes survival. The internet amplification effect. We've all seen it happen. Someone posts a confident, oversimplified opinion online, and within hours thousands repeat it as truth. The internet rewards certainty, not accuracy. Algorithms boost strong emotion, not strong thinking. As a result, stupidity spreads like a digital wildfire. People adopt beliefs they never examined, defend arguments they barely understand, and attack ideas they never questioned. The loudest voice isn't the smartest voice. Your strategy is simple: slow down. Before accepting any information, ask who benefits from you believing it. This single habit protects you from viral ignorance. Second-order thinking failure. Why do stupid decisions seem obvious only in hindsight? Because stupid people rarely think beyond the immediate moment. They react to the first layer of a situation without considering the second or third. This failure to see consequences is the root of personal and societal disasters. A decision that feels good now can cost everything later. Short-term thinking creates long-term damage. To rise above this trap, practice second-order thinking. Always ask, "And then what?" This question alone separates thoughtful people from impulsive ones. It protects you from the hidden costs of blind action. The cost of oversimplification. We crave simple answers because they feel safe, but simplicity is often the first step towards stupidity. When complex problems are reduced to one-liners, emotions replace analysis. Oversimplification blinds people to nuance, and that blindness leads to disastrous choices, politically, socially, and personally. Evil persuades, stupidity oversimplifies. And oversimplification always wins the crowd. Simple stories create complex disasters. Your safeguard is to resist the comfort of easy explanations. When someone offers a quick answer to a deep problem, assume there's more underneath. Real understanding requires wrestling with complexity, not escaping it. Negative capability. John Keats once observed that true intelligence requires negative capability, the ability to hold two opposing ideas without rushing to resolve them. Shakespeare mastered this. His characters weren't cardboard heroes or villains, they were contradictions made human. That ability to sit with ambiguity is the opposite of stupidity. Stupid people collapse ideas instantly. Intelligent people allow tension to exist. Ambiguity is a sign of wisdom. To apply this in daily life, practice withholding judgment. Let ideas breathe before choosing sides. This deliberate pause strengthens your thinking far more than certainty ever could. Why complexity equals intelligence. Picture someone assembling a puzzle with only a few pieces and insisting the picture is complete. That's what closed-minded certainty looks like. Intelligent thinking is the opposite. It invites more pieces, more angles, more possibilities. Complexity isn't a burden, it's a tool. When you allow multiple viewpoints to coexist, you expand your mental field. Stupid people shut doors. Intelligent people open them. Complexity sharpens the mind. Your practical step: when confronting any issue, deliberately list alternative interpretations. This simple exercise forces your brain to stretch, and stretching is where growth begins. Creativity through contradiction. Shakespeare's genius wasn't just language, it was contradiction. He understood that people can be noble yet cruel, wise yet foolish, loyal yet selfish. This dual nature made his characters real because real people are contradictions. Creativity thrives in this space. Stupidity destroys it by flattening people into simple categories. When you reject contradiction, you reject insight. Contradiction fuels creativity. To strengthen your own creativity, study people with nuance. When someone frustrates you, search for the second layer beneath their behavior. You'll begin to see complexity everywhere, and creativity follows naturally. If you're finding these insights valuable, consider subscribing. This channel breaks down human nature through the lens of Robert Greene, power, psychology, strategy, and the hidden forces shaping your life. If you want to understand people more deeply and think more clearly, you're in the right place. And now, let's dive into the second half of the hidden law of stupidity. Dead ideas versus live ideas. Ideas can be alive or dead, flexible or rigid. Dead ideas are built on certainty. They never evolve, never adapt, and never improve. Live ideas question themselves, shift with new information, and grow stronger over time. Stupidity arises from clinging to dead ideas simply because they feel familiar or comfortable. Rigid beliefs weaken the mind. Your task is simple: treat every belief as provisional. Ask yourself what evidence could change your mind. This keeps your ideas alive, your thinking sharp, and your mind protected from the decay of certainty. Cognitive superposition. Modern psychology is rediscovering an idea that sounds almost quantum: the ability to hold multiple possibilities in your mind before committing to one. This, cognitive superposition, mirrors what great strategists do. They don't rush to collapse possibilities, they explore them. Stupid people jump instantly to one conclusion. Intelligent people delay the collapse. They let ideas exist in a suspended state long enough to see their hidden angles. Multiple possibilities expand your power. Train this by considering at least 3 explanations for every situation. The point isn't to be indecisive, it's to be deliberate. Humility as intellectual power. Think of the smartest people you know. Odds are, they don't speak in absolutes. They ask questions. They revise their opinions. They admit when they're wrong. That's not weakness, that's intellectual power. Robert Greene often reminds us that humility keeps your mind open and adaptable. Meanwhile, stupidity feeds on the illusion of certainty. Humility sharpens intelligence. To apply this, practice saying 5 words more often. I might be wrong here. It doesn't weaken your authority. It strengthens your thinking. Humility isn't self-doubt. It's strategic self-awareness. The social danger of stupid people. Stupid people don't just harm themselves, they destabilize everything around them. A person who acts with confidence but without understanding creates friction in teams, conflict in families, and chaos in institutions. They misunderstand motives, misread situations, and misjudge consequences, yet insist they're right. This combination makes them unpredictable and socially dangerous. Confident ignorance multiplies harm. Your defense is boundary setting. Limit how much influence these people have over your decisions. Protect your emotional energy. And most importantly, don't let their certainty infect your thinking. Distance preserves clarity. The personal danger of stupid people. You can feel it when someone close to you becomes unshakably certain about their opinions. Conversations become arguments. Curiosity disappears. Empathy vanishes. Stupidity doesn't always show up as ignorance, it often shows up as rigidity. Relationships crumble when one person refuses to consider another perspective. Certainty kills connection. Closed minds, close hearts. If you spot this dynamic, don't fight certainty with more certainty. Ask questions instead. Questions soften rigid thinking, reopen dialogue, and give the relationship space to breathe. Curiosity is a healing force. How to avoid becoming stupid. Stupidity isn't a permanent trait, it's a state anyone can fall into. The antidote is vigilance. Keep questioning your assumptions. Resist the urge to simplify complex issues. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking, not those who validate your certainty. Remember that humility and curiosity create the mental flexibility stupidity destroys. Awareness is your armor. Your final habit: review one belief each week and ask, why do I believe this? That single exercise protects you from the slow creep of certainty and keeps your mind alive. The hidden law of human stupidity isn't about intelligence at all, it's about certainty. The moment you stop questioning, your mind narrows, your perspective dies, and your decisions weaken. But when you embrace complexity, entertain contradictions, and approach life with humility, you rise above the chaos that consumes so many people. If you found these insights valuable, explore the next video on the psychology of irrational behavior, and how Robert Greene teaches you to see through emotional manipulation before it hits you.